everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea, and I like to talk, and I like to help people. So that's what we are going to do on this channel. We are going to heal from our crap. And we are going to do it a way that you've probably never done it before. I'm sure you're sitting here because you want something out of life. You want something more, and you just want to be a healthy and happy human. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Grab a journal, grab a pen, grab your beverage of choice, and let's start going through chapter 1. I'm going to talk about what I took away from each chapter. This is an open forum. We're building a healing community. If you have read this book and you want to chime in to something that I may not have talked about in the chapter that I'm reviewing, leave me a message, leave me a comment, let's talk about it. And if you're not already following me on TikTok and Instagram, please do so, because I'm really cool and I just want to find people that like the same things I like, and I just want to help people. I was involved in diet culture for a very long time, and I thought losing weight would make me happy, and after I lost 100 pounds I still wasn't happy, and I still didn't understand why. Diet culture makes you think that it's all about, like, it's all got to be one way. No, overall wellness is mind, body, soul. Instead of worrying about the diet aspect of wellness, we are going to start with our mind and our soul, and your body will fall in suit. Trust me. So let's get started. And by the way, you don't have to have this book. I'm going to review each chapter, so if you don't have it, don't even worry about it. Feel free to take notes. Feel free not to take notes. Feel free to, again, comment, leave questions that you want me to answer. I don't know. I'm just trying to create community. All right, so chapter 1 is called You Are Your Own Best Healer. Because you are, right? Nobody knows you better than you. We want change, but we begin to change and then we resist it. Why is that? Why is it when we want to start something so desperately, we know what we need to do, what we want to change with ourselves, and when we start to try to change, we instantly resist it. We're like, nope, I'm not gonna eat the healthy foods. I'm not gonna exercise. I'm not gonna drink water. I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before because I'm resisting the change. Your mind begins to tell you to slow down, or you need to take a break. You ever notice that? You know, you've been working out for a week, you're doing great, and then all of a sudden those little thoughts creep up. You need a break. Take a rest day. You know what? You've earned it, right? That's your body resisting change. You know, those are the moments when they tell you to keep pushing harder. During those really hard times, your mind is beginning to say, nope, shut it down. Shut it down. You can't do it. This is not you. We are not that healthy person. We do not wake up early. We do not drink water. We do not exercise. You can't do this. Our mind starts to do that to us. But why? So many people are self-aware, believe it or not. A lot of people are self-aware. They know what they need to change. They can identify their problematic behaviors and can even visualize a path to change. We know. We can see it. I mean, I used to buy so many programs, Fit Mom programs, AvoCare, Hot Mom Body Challenges, the 21-day fixes, and I could see the path. There it is. Do exactly what is said to do and you'll be fine. But very few are able to take the first step to change. As I would do all these programs, I found myself quitting, and I didn't follow through with any of them. Very early on to ease any burden of my existence by being as near to perfect as possible. In all ways I knew I had excelled. Trying to keep up with your parents' expectations of you is really hard. That's trauma in itself. So often we think, nah, nothing's wrong. You know, my childhood was fine. My parents were great. I had a clean house. I lived in a big home. Trauma is trauma, guys, and your trauma might be different than mine, but your body doesn't see it any differently. So cut it right there. Just cut that out right there. You are valid, and what happened to you, no matter how small or big society wants to paint it, it's your life and it's your world, and we all see the world through our own lens. Your trauma is valid. Talk about what happened to you, because it's important. Dr. Lepra then talks about her studies in the psych field. She talks about the pull of the subconscious. What is the subconscious? What is that? The deeply embedded part of our psyche that holds our memories and is the source of our drives or automatic instincts or motivators. Sometimes we don't even realize that our subconscious mind is controlling our day-to-day life. So then she goes on to talk about how most of her clients realize they need to change aspects of their lives, but using substances as distractions. I was using food as a distraction since I was a little girl. That's kind of how I got here. I had realized about 2 years ago that I had a binge eating disorder. And 2.5 years ago, actually. And from there, I started to learn, well, why do I have a binge eating disorder? And from there, it just all trickled down. So for me, food was my drug of choice, especially sugar and cake and cupcakes and all that. Since I was a little girl, I used to hide in closets and binge eat food when I was like 4. If you struggle with addiction, I want you to know that a lot of people struggle with addiction. They don't even realize it. You may have chose an illegal substance as your drug of choice, but I chose food as my drug of choice. And some people choose alcohol as their drug of choice. And addiction isn't even limited to specific substances and experiences. Human emotions can be addicting too. We habitually seek or avoid emotional status as a way to cope. You might be addicted to feeling like shit. You might be addicted to your people making you feel like crap. And you don't even realize it. Mind, body, soul connecting. This is a big one. What they're learning now in psychology is the body, mind, and soul connection. How your body, your mind, and your soul are all connected. Before this, they separated them. They said the mind and the body are separate. This is why this woman wrote this book, because they are not. And this is what she had found. So this is a little challenge that we can do. Mind, body, soul connection. I want you to close your eyes. Picture a lemon. See its glossy yellow skin. Hold it in your hands. Feel its ridges. Put it to your nose. Imagine the clean scent hitting your nostrils. Now imagine slicing a wedge from the lemon. Watch the juice jump as you cut through the flesh. See the oval pits. Now put that lemon wedge to your mouth. Your lips may sting on contact. Taste the acidity, the cool citrus, the freshness. Does your mouth pucker up or fill with saliva? Mine is. The mere thought of a lemon can provoke an entire sensory response. You've just experienced the mind-body connection without putting this book down. Do you ever walk past like pickles in the grocery store or hot peppers, or you think of something and your mouth waters? That is the mind-body connection. Emerging science tells us that the genes we inherit aren't fixed. They're influenced by their environment, beginning in utero and continuing through our lives. This means we do have the ability to change. So if you think this whole time, nope, I'm a lost cause, I cannot change, I cannot do it, I am a loser. I am here to tell you, you are not. You're just not doing the right things to help yourself. Let's move on. Addiction and trauma specialist Dr. Gaber Mate, I'm terrible at names, I'm sorry, for example, has written extensively about the deep imprints emotional stress leaves on the structure of the brain, causing many common physical and psychological illnesses. I had a food addiction. I still have a food addiction. I battle my food addiction every day. And I am no longer embarrassed, because the day I said I have a binge eating disorder out loud to myself was the day my life changed. Because before, I wasn't saying it out loud. I wasn't acknowledging it. I was pretending like it was never happening. Right? Put on a brave face and let's pretend our life is not what it really is. And it was killing me. And I was just getting more overweight, more unhealthy, more unhappy. I was looking to my partner for happiness, and it was the sugar. If genes we inherited were adversely affected by the experiences generations before us, how do we stop the cycle? You are affected by generational trauma. The things that happened prior to you, you hold on to. Believe it or not. We cannot choose the circumstances of our childhood, but many factors are within our control. We didn't get to choose who our moms and dads were. We didn't ask to be here. A lot of things growing up were not in our control. We're adults now. There's a lot we can control, and we need to accept that. We need to say to ourselves, I can make choices to be better. I can do things that change my life, because you can. You are in control now. Nurturing we may not have received as a child, but we can learn to give ourselves secure bonds and a sense of safety. We can change the way we eat, how often we exercise, our state of consciousness, the thoughts and beliefs we express can all be changed. You do not have to eat like crap if you don't want to. You can exercise if you want to. So then we go on to talk about Dr. Lipton. He says that new biology is all about taking us away from you are the victim of life to we are the creators of life. We can and should help heal our bodies and our minds to create wellness for ourselves. You are the hero of the story, and you will save the day. We are on earth to live our best life. You deserve health and happiness, overall wellness, mind, body, soul wellness. You deserve that. So give it to yourself. This is where we start. Next up, we talk about the placebo effect. I'm sure we've all heard that before in like medical shows or in the doctor's office. The placebo effect is the power of belief. The mind can create real measurable changes in the body. We believe we are going to get better or feel better. We often do. Power of the mind. But there is a flip side to the placebo effect, and it's called the Non-Sibo Effect, the evil twin. Our thoughts don't make us better sometimes. They make us worse. That's the opposite of the placebo effect. Somebody who has constant positive thoughts could improve their health just based off of having positive thoughts. But somebody who has constant negative thoughts, it's the same effect, but it's like the opposite. Will deteriorate your body. Your negative thoughts could kill you. This is a story she tells now. A man who thought he overdosed only took sugar pills, but overdosed on his own negative thoughts and wishes. So if you want to look into more of that story, get the book. What is holistic psychology? Holistic psychology is the connection between mental and physical health. We actively or unactively participate in our own mental wellness. The role nutrition affects on the ecosystem of the gut, which talks directly to the brain. This is a big one, guys. I started keto as a way to lose weight. My doctor approves of it. I'm not here to argue whether keto is bad or not. I used keto in the beginning to lose weight, and then I stayed on keto because I realized it was changing my brain composition. It's simple, it's science. This isn't what this is about, but basically I did keto because it helped my brain fog. Very much helped my mental health. People will argue and say it's unhealthy and they're just very uneducated. If that is something you're interested in, I'm sure I'll make a video about it one day, but I just want you to know how important nutrition is. And I know a lot of us aren't healthy. We grew up poor, poverty. Usually people who are poor and in poverty don't eat that well because they just don't have the money to feed their kids well, or they don't even realize how terrible processed foods are. Nothing bothers me more than a parent complaining about their child's behavior, but they're feeding them Doritos and Gushers and fruit boxes and juice boxes and chips and junk. You don't get to complain about your child's behavior if the food you're feeding them is affecting their behavior. And the food you're eating could be affecting your behavior. I don't want you to just start off thinking you got to be on a diet, but I just want you to be actively conscious about the food you're eating. Just look at the nutrition label, and if there's a lot of junk in it, maybe you'll think about putting it down. Maybe you'll think about grabbing a whole clean food. Just start there. That's all I can ask of you. If you have weight problems and mental health issues, trust me, you can't do it all in one day. But what I can ask of you is to start by just being conscious of the food you're eating. You'll start to put things back. If you're reading a food label, what are they putting in your food? What are all the chemicals you're eating? I know it looks good. I know those chips are yummy, But have you ever considered what's inside them and how much the chemicals inside your foods are affecting your mental health? Because they affect you a lot. Your mind and your gut, it's interconnected. So you could say keto was unhealthy for me, but keto helped rewire my brain in the best way possible. So Dr. Nicole Lepra says that there are basic tenets of holistic psychology, which addresses all aspects of the person, mind, body, and soul. There are 4 tenets to holistic psychology. Number 1, healing is a daily event. Go inward. You are responsible for your healing. You have to do the work, and you only. Ever hear the saying, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped? Because they need to help themselves. You have to go inward. If you're sick and tired of being sick and freaking tired, you have to go in deep. And you have to try every day for you. Because nobody else cares. Nobody else cares. Number 2, though many things are out of your control, many are. Holistic psychology harnesses the power of choice. Choice enables healing. You have the choice right now to either end this video and just say, screw it, this girl sounds annoying and I'm not doing this. Or you can choose to keep listening and coming back weekly and doing your journaling and trying. You have the choice. There's always a choice. You can choose to eat the junk food, or you can choose to eat a healthier option. You can choose to sleep in, or you can choose to wake up early to watch this video and journal. You can choose to take a walk, or you can choose to sit on the couch. I mean, there's always a choice. And we need to switch our mind to making positive choices instead of the negative ones because our body's comfortable. Again, this is about getting uncomfortable, guys. You're gonna get real uncomfortable here. Number 3, holistic tools are very practical and approachable. Your subconscious mind keeps you safe and is threatened by change. Again, this is what we talked about. This is easy stuff, guys. This is why I'm different than everybody else. We are not prepping food. We are not doing exercises. There's no planning. There's no daily journal prompts. This is all slow. A slow journey. It's a lifelong journey. And a lot of us who deal with trauma, we can't go fast. Our brains can't do it all at one time, which when we try to do it all at one time, we fail, we crash and burn, and we think we're a loser. These are easy. These are very approachable tools that you can use. Small daily choices through a push and pull resistance helps empower us to maintain change. Again, little daily tasks, drinking a cup of water before coffee, making your bed in the morning, deciding to eat a healthier breakfast, deciding to take a walk. Those are small daily choices that will help with the push and pull of your nervous system, of your body. And the smaller and the more realistic these daily promises to yourself will be, the more you'll keep them and you'll see change. You just got to stay consistent. Number 4, taking responsibility for your mental wellness. It's intimidating. Deciding I'm going to switch my mind and I'm going to be mentally healthy. It's really hard and it's really intimidating, but it can be incredibly empowering once you take it back. I binge eat. I was abused. I have childhood trauma. My life wasn't great. Most of it was all pretending. Coming clean to yourself, whether or not you think people are listening or not, or just coming clean to yourself, will change your life. Many people are becoming increasingly frustrated with the limitations of our healthcare system. This is why I'm doing this, guys. Hi, welcome. This is why I'm sharing this with you. Not many people have many places to turn. They don't have family. They don't have a good healthcare system. They can't figure out what's working for them. They went to a therapist and the therapist doesn't seem to be working. They try to do diet and exercise. That's not working. They literally don't know what to do and they have nowhere to turn to. And that's why I'm doing this. To build a healing community where we can help people by sharing what we've learned, by telling our stories, by empowering somebody to tell their story and helping them know that they are not alone. So welcome. This is a new model to harness your mental wellness. This book is going to help us mold our brains to be better. We're going to do it together. Okay, so then we go on to learn about one of Dr. Nicole Lepra's patients named Allie Benzel. She has MS. And she says, our deepest wounds were not caused by others, but by her betraying her intuitive self or authentic being. Heal self Heal self-betrayal by rebuilding the trust you have with yourself. One daily promise to support your health, the smaller the better, counts. It all counts. One daily small promise, which could be watching this video, exercising, yoga, drinking water, making your bed. Again, small daily promises to yourself that you can keep. Soon she felt safer to be kinder to her future self. She wrote about being kinder to herself. The more she trusted herself, the quieter the chatter became. Self-care, self-love extended out into her life. So the more she found herself talking in a positive manner, the more she was seeing more positive things happening. After a year of doing this daily promises to herself, which is, you add on to them, guys, after a while. Once you realize you've been drinking water for like 2 weeks straight every day, start a new promise to yourself. Drink water and read a book at the same time. Just do these small little habits. And she's been in remission for over a year. The power of choice helped her cure her MS. So this is the journal prompt. After every chapter is a journal prompt. And of course, I didn't do them. I read this book and I said, I'll do the journal prompts another time. So I figured this is the time. We can do them together. As I'll read you guys the journal prompts so you can know exactly what to do. Get your journals, get your pens, let's go. Spend some time reflecting on the following questions about being stuck, while also exploring the reasons why you may feel stuck in these areas. For instance, you may be able to identify the patterns in your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that keep you repeating these unhelpful patterns. It may help explore these as a journaling exercise. So I'm gonna read you the question. You either answer yes or no in your journal. Do you often find yourself unable to keep promises to yourself, attempting to make new choices or create new habits, but always falling back on your old ones? Yes. Now, a lot of these I've been working on myself for like the last 6 months, so I've kind of moved past some of them, but for the sake of all of us doing these together, most of them are a yes for me. Do you often find yourself reacting emotionally to events, feeling out of control, and even ashamed about your behaviors after fact? Yes. Do you often find yourself distracted and or disconnected from yourself and others, and or from the present moment itself, maybe lost in thought about the past or future, or feeling somewhere else entirely? Yes. Do you often find yourself feel overwhelmed and torn down by internal critical thoughts, making it difficult for you to tune into your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs? Yes. Do you often find yourself struggling to express your needs, wants, beliefs, and or feelings in relationships? Yes. Do you often find yourself feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope with stress or any of all your feelings? Yes. Do you often find yourself repeating past experiences and patterns in your day-to-day life? Yes. If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, you are likely feeling stuck as a result of your past experiences and conditioning. It may seem as though change is not possible, but I assure you that that is not the case. I can assure you that that is not the case. The first way to create change is to begin practicing imagining a future that's different from the past and present realities. Future self-journal. Future self-journaling is a daily practice aimed at helping you break out of your subconscious autopilot, or for daily conditioned habits that are keeping you stuck repeating in your past. You can begin to move forward by consistently engaging in the following activities: witnessing the ways you remain stuck in your past conditioning, setting a conscious daily intention to change, setting small accountable steps that support daily choices aligned with a different future outcome, empowering these daily choices despite the universal experience and presence of mental resistance. To begin this new daily practice, you will want to grab a notebook and a pen. Now that you are ready to begin the practice of making and keeping a small daily promise to yourself to create change in the areas, if you are someone like myself or Allie or the millions of other people who are struggling with self-betrayal as a result of their past experiences, like me too, you are not alone. You are now joining a movement of millions of others around the world who are also practicing these small daily promises to themselves. Let's get out our journal and let's think about that one daily promise we are going to keep to ourselves for tomorrow. No matter what, it is a promise to ourselves that will help us change and be happy. I'm going to write mine and then I'll meet you guys back here to discuss what I wrote. All right, guys, I'm back. I've been on my my journey now for 2.5 years, between my weight loss journey, my healing journey, my spiritual journey. Give yourself grace if you're just tuning in. If your small, simple daily promise is to drink a glass of water when you wake up, you're doing great. My small daily promise will be to read every day for 20 minutes. I want to fall in love with reading, but it's hard for me because I wasn't given a good example as a child. People didn't read around me. My mother didn't buy me books. My mother didn't read books to me. Hoping that if I start off with 20 minutes a day, that's it. I'm just going to promise myself 20 minutes a day. Eventually that'll build up to me wanting to read all the time because I love it. It takes me a long time to finish. I'm not a good reader. I don't enjoy reading. I want to enjoy reading. I just don't. I'm not a good reader. So I want reading to be more than just a chore. I want to love it. So that is my daily promise. I am going to be reading more than just this book. Once we finish this one, we'll go to another one. Please feel free to ask questions. I want to start an open forum. Give me ideas about videos. If you guys want to see what my life looks like, vlogs. I want to start a healing community where people don't have to pay money. I want people to have access to education that they've never had. And if they can't afford to go some fancy holistic healing retreat or something, they don't have to, because we're going to do that here together. That's chapter 1, guys. Please leave questions, leave comments. Let's talk. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Let's chat. Let's be friends. Let's heal. Thank you for being here. Go write your small daily promise to yourself. I'll see you guys next time.